Community Jeff here, and I am going to jump on a contest that's going to end in a couple of days, and I've been wanting to get on this. So this is for Beth over at Miss 80s. This is the 'Tis the Season contest. Real simple. Show some holiday-based items. And it can be anything. It can be anything from figurines to music or whatever. So I went ahead and grabbed some music. That just seemed more logical for me. So I am going to start off with this. So she wants to see 3 to 5. I'm already a subscriber, so that part's covered. The other rules are basically, you can see it. I'll have a link below to check that out. But let's get right into this. I grabbed some things that were holiday themed right offhand that I knew of. This is a CD. We're going to start with the CD. This is the Prague World Orchestra's A Prague Christmas. One of my favorite recent Christmas albums that came out a handful of years ago. Well, 2012. Wow, 10 years ago. Originally, most of this music was released. This is Neil Morse, Mike Portnoy, a bunch of people, but it's a Neil Morse item. So, obviously, if you know me, that's why it's on here. But it's their take on a lot of different Christmas songs with a little Prague twist to it. Fun stuff, just fun stuff altogether. And yeah, it was released originally as like a fan club CD, which I have that version. Then they went ahead and finished it out and made it into an actual album. And so I went ahead and got that. So you can see it's got all kinds of some classics and some new stuff. But it's just a great album from Neil and the boys and all kinds of guest people. Mike Portnoy, Steve Hackett, Steve Morse, you know, the guys from Transatlantic. It's just, anyway, yeah, great stuff. So there you go. This is one, it seems like I showed this in a recent contest video too. Jingle Bell Rocks. This is a movie. And this is actually one that was sent by TK over, he had a contest, or he had something I entered, and he sent this to a bunch of different people. It's actually a movie about people that collect Christmas records. And so it's a movie about their, you know, in my opinion, I took away a lot of it on just the overall thing that pushes people to buy vinyl records in general. But these people go the extra mile and they buy various types of Christmas music. And so anyway, it was a really good movie about records and music and all of that stuff. So all right, a couple other things that kind of jumped out at me. This one, technically, the cover is Christmassy, but the album itself is not. And that's the recent Black Friday Record Store Day Motorhead. You know, they're all Christmassy there, but it's just the 40th release of Ace of Spades. It does have a Christmas ornament in there that you can hang up. So, a little Christmassy thing there. And then also, another Black Friday Record Store Day is a Sammy Hagar, Santa's Coming South for Christmas. Kind of a cool picture disc with the version of Eagles Fly live on the back. Just fun stuff. Sammy Hagar. I picked that up because it was months later, and it was reduced in price. So, and of course, we'll mention the one that I just showed in the video the other day, the Lizzie Hill and Dee Snider Christmas Day. So this is the newest Record Store Day Black Friday release. It just came out a couple weeks ago. So one song, and then an instrumental version. And, you know, you got to have the Twisted Sister Christmas album in there. This is one that we play pretty much every year. The kids want to hear it. They want to hear the majority of this. And we listened to it this year when we did the tree last weekend. And we did that. And this was released on green. I think it might have a couple ones. And I think this also was this one of the Record Store Day? Yeah, Record Store Day. Handful of years ago. This is a recent one I picked up at Walmart. I believe it wasn't on that $15 sale, but it was like months and months ago. It might have been around last year at Christmas. King and Country, a Drummer Boy Christmas. King and Country, for King and Country is one of my teenage daughter's favorite bands, and it's the band that I saw in concert last year. We took her to see it for her birthday, and it is the two guys are brothers, and they are the brothers of a artist that I listened to a lot back in the 90s, Rebecca St. James. So, and anyway, they put on a great show, lots and lots of percussionists. They got like 5 different drum percussion setups on the stage, and they all run around and alternate. Lots of drums heavy. If you check out the Drummer Boy version they've got on YouTube, it's a cool video with all these guys playing drums at the same time. Anyway, for King and Country, recent Christmas album. Now these next two, I'm throwing in because of this, just basically for the story. You know how I'm sure you know how. When you buy a record from somebody online, occasionally they put in an album to use as a stiffener just to give it extra support. Tends to be something that's either just not really of any value, cost-wise, money-wise, or it's destroyed. It's just in bad shape. It's mainly just like a piece of cardboard for a stiffener. Well, I've gotten some in the past, and these are probably in the past year to 2 years, that I then I always check out the stiffeners, because if they're in good condition, I'm going to give it a spin. Maybe I'll give it to somebody else, but I'm most likely going to keep it. And these are some that I kept that I really want to keep for myself. Ray Conniff's Christmas. Yeah, it was a stiffener, and I checked it out, and I'm like, it's in like very good plus condition. Gave it a spin. Have given it a couple spins. Great classic Christmas album. I saw Chris Pofe show this, and it's just like, it's cool that other people think it's a great album, because I got it for free as a stiffener. A Very Merry Christmas. This looks like one of those ones that you would get like when you buy a set of tires. It's got all kinds of people on here, including Jim Nabors, a lot of the classics, Ed Sullivan Orchestra, Cary Grant, Johnny Mathis, Percy Faith, Robert Goulet, Burl Ives. I mean, it is just a who's who of just great classics from the, I guess probably around the 60s, I'm thinking. And yeah, it's exclusively for Grant's, which I believe was a department store. That sounds real familiar. But again, it was thrown as a stiffener. I gave it a listen. It's in great condition, really good condition, and it sounds great. So I'm like, yes, keep that. So there you go. Those are a couple. I have a stack of CDs about this much that are Christmas based, but there you go, just a handful. She wanted 3 to 5. That's more than 3 to 5. Anyway, jump on board. Contest below. You can check the link and get on board this. You've got until the 15th, and you get a chance to win a couple great albums. So check it out. Jump on board. Check out Best Channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you probably have. And I will see you later. Rock on and rock hard.